Hi everyone, welcome to Eat Your Weeds. I'm Christy Brocken with Hamilton County Parks and Recreation, and today we are going to be talking about dandelions, and we are going to make dandelion iced tea, dandelion hot tea, and if we're lucky we'll be able to find some really beautiful dandelion flowers, and we'll make some fried dandelions too. Dandelion, or dandelion, gets its name from the leaves, and these leaves are thought to look like the tooth of a lion, so dandelion. Every part of the dandelion is edible, right down to the roots. The roots are often used for coffee, and the leaves are edible greens that many people eat. They're said to be really high in vitamins and nutritious. And the dandelion flowers are also edible, and that's what we're going to focus on today. So we're actually going to try harvesting some of the dandelion flowers. So I'm going to just pull the tops off. I did bring some scissors with me, but I don't think I'm going to even need them. So I'm just going to pull the tops off of the dandelions, and we'll work on processing when we get back in the kitchen. I've got some dandelions harvested, and I'm going to finish processing these inside. I think I have enough to make just a little pot of tea here. I'll probably come back and gather some more. Getting kind of rainy out now, and it's pretty cold, and the lawnmowers are closing in on us. So one thing I want to point out is to make sure that you are collecting from an area that is free of toxins, herbicides, pesticides. You have landowner permission, and that you're collecting nice healthy looking flowers that don't have like dog waste or anything like that on them. Some dandelion tea. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take some dandelions. I was very fortunate to go out today, and I was able to get some really nice dandelions today, because yesterday when I went out to collect some, that was very cold, and so they had all closed up. So today they're looking a lot better, and we're going to go ahead and make some hot tea with dandelion. So I am, if you look here, I'm kind of trying to peel back with the dandelion, trying to peel back this green part of the dandelion. That's more bitter, so I'm trying to leave that green stuff behind. And then I'll just set this to the side. And as I pointed out earlier, all parts of the dandelion are edible, so you don't have to worry about if you accidentally get a certain part of the dandelion in your tea or in any of the other things that we're going to create today. So, but this is just getting that green part off and just preserving the yellow petals. Okay, so I think I have enough for us to go with here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little tea ball. This one's very cute. He looks like an owl. So we're going to fill him with just the dandelion petals. Fill him with the dandelion petals. Then I am going to place that on, and I am going to use this little glass container, and this is a kettle or a little teapot. I boiled some water, but I want to let it cool just a little bit, because you don't want boiling water, but you do want some nice hot water. So this is hot, but it's not like actively boiling at the moment. Just pour that in, and then I'm going to set my little guy in here, and then we're going to let that steep for a few minutes. So now we're going to make some iced tea. So when we make iced tea, we're going to use the whole flower of the dandelion, and we're not going to worry about removing this bitter green part. We're going to sweeten up our tea a little bit, and remember, the whole dandelion is edible, so if you do get if you get the stem in there, it's not a big deal. So we're just going to put some of these tops in here, and when I should have pointed that out earlier, but I washed all of these dandelions with just some cool water, and then laid them out to dry. So I want to do that first. So I'm just going to put some in here. Right, and you can really fill this up as much as you want. I'm going to add a couple other things in here also. I'm going to add in some lemon balm. So I've got some lemon balm from my garden. So I'm going to add some of that in too. And I've also got some spearmint that I'm going to add in too. So I'm just adding this lemon balm, and then I'm going to add in this spearmint also. And I am going to add in a couple spoonfuls of, this is maple sugar, but you can use honey. You could also use maple syrup. Any kind of sweetener that you might want to use, you can use, but I'm going to use some maple sugar there. And if you want to take a look at that, I'm going to grab a tea kettle that I had already made the water in here, so it's nice and hot, but again, it's not boiling, but I'm going to add that into my dandelion iced tea. Great. So I'm just going to let that steep for about a half an hour. And then when this is done, you'll strain this off and you can serve it like iced tea. So you'll go ahead and dump all the herbs out through a strainer, and you'll want to kind of squeeze them and make sure you get as much of the herb out as possible. And then you can just store this and they'll stay good in the refrigerator for letting iced tea. You can have that for a few days. And I'll keep that there. So we're going to taste test that one in a minute. Now we're going to try making fried dandelions. So what I've done is I've taken picked some nice ones, some dandelion flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the flower part and just keep the full dandelion there. So I'm just going to pop the stem off and just dandelion. Okay, that should be enough to get us started here. Set these to the side, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the dandelion flower, and I have an egg here, just an egg that I mixed up with a fork, and then I've got some cornmeal, and I've got over here black pepper, thyme, oregano, and a little bit of salt in this cornmeal, and then I've got some hot oil here, and I have it in a cast iron pot, but you don't necessarily need that. Or a cast iron skillet. You can fry it in a regular skillet. So dip a little bit in the egg, dip a little bit in the flour, and then I'm just gonna fry it. So fry up a little batch here. And they only need to fry about 3 minutes. So, sure, there's a lot of different ways to do this. There are a lot of different ways that you can fry up dandelions. You can use white flour if you wanted to, but I just went ahead and went with cornmeal. So we'll give these a few minutes to cook, and then our fried dandelions will be ready. We made a few earlier just to test out the oil, so look pretty good. Ready to come off now. Put those over. Those look really good. Maybe want them a little extra crispy. Okay. Okay. There we are. All right. Let's come on over here, and I happen to have a special taste tester who's going to be trying out some of these fried dandelion tops and also some of the dandelion tea. So this is my daughter Ruby, and she is going to be a taste tester. So we've each got a cup here for our dandelion hot tea, and take this out of here. First. And the longer you let it steep, the more of the dandelion flavor you'll get and the more benefit of the dandelion. So, would you like any honey or maple sugar?
Maple sugar.
Okay. to stir. Just to make it look extra cute. There's a little dandelion flower in your tea. A little dandelion flower there. All right, let's give it a test. Did you get a close-up of the cute flower in the dandelion? All right, here's to good health.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, you ready to try a dandelion?
Yeah.
Okay. You try one of those?
Yeah.
Try one of these. Okay, here we go.
Doesn't really taste like anything, but it's good.
It's good. All right, thanks for tuning in today. And as far as the iced tea, we're gonna let this steep for half an hour, and then we're gonna strain it, and then you can store it in the refrigerator. So we want you to try that one today, but I hope you had fun making dandelion hot tea, fried dandelion flowers, and also some dandelion iced tea. So we'll see you next week on Eat Your Weeds.